You did it. You just got the promotion you've been working toward for years. The title is new, the salary is higher, and everyone is congratulating you. But behind the smile and the thank yous, there's a knot tightening in your stomach. A cold voice whispers, "What if you're not ready? What if you mess this up? What if you fail?" It's a cruel paradox, isn't it? The higher you climb, the more terrifying the fall becomes. The very thing that should bring you joy is instead bringing a crippling fear of failure. It feels like you're standing on a mountain peak, but all you can think about is the long drop down. But what if there was a way to handle both the highs of success and the lows of failure with a steady, unshakable calm? What if you could find a source of stability that didn't depend on what other people think or how things turn out? There is. The ancient Stoics, from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius to the statesman Seneca, created a philosophy for the real world, a world full of triumphs and disasters. They developed a mental toolkit not just to endure life's ups and downs, but to thrive in the middle of them. This is how you can use their wisdom to face both success and failure, and find peace not in what you achieve, but in how you live. Section 1. The root of our anxiety, the Stoic diagnosis. Before we can solve a problem, we have to know where it comes from. So, why do success and failure have so much power over us? From a Stoic perspective, the answer is simple. We've tied our happiness to things we don't actually control. From a young age, we're taught that success is good and failure is bad. We chase promotions, praise, and profits because we think they'll make us happy. And we run from criticism, setbacks, and losses because we believe they mean we're not good enough. The Stoics would say this is a profound mistake. Success and failure are what the Stoics called externals. They're outcomes, events that happen out in the world. And the world is unpredictable. A project can fail because of a market crash. A promotion can be lost because of a corporate merger. A success can happen because of pure luck. If you stake your inner peace on these chaotic, uncontrollable events, you're building your house on sand. The real problem isn't the failure itself, but our judgment about the failure. It's the story we tell ourselves, that failing means we're inadequate, or that succeeding means we're invincible. Both are illusions. The Stoics teach that true contentment comes not from controlling outcomes, but from mastering our internal world, our thoughts, our principles, and our actions. This is where our real power lies. Section 2. Principle 1. The Dichotomy of Control, Reclaiming Your Power. The first and most important principle of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. The philosopher Epictetus, a former slave who became one of Rome's most respected teachers, put it simply, some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are our own opinions, choices, desires, and actions. Outside our power is almost everything else: our bodies, our possessions, our reputation, and the results of our efforts. Think about that promotion again. The effort you put in, the late nights, the quality of your work, how you treated your team, all of that was in your control. But the final decision? That depended on your boss's mood, the other candidates, the company's budget, and 100 other factors you couldn't influence. The same is true for failure. You can pour your heart into a project, but you can't control how the market reacts to it. The anxiety of success and the sting of failure both come from focusing on what we can't control. So how do we shift our focus? The practice is to pause and reflect. When you feel that knot of anxiety, whether it's from a new challenge or a recent setback, just stop. Ask yourself this question: what parts of this situation are in my control, and what parts are not? If you're worried about failing in a new role, you can't control if your team will like you immediately or if unexpected problems will pop up. But you can control how you prepare for meetings. You can control the effort you put into learning your new responsibilities. You can control your choice to be patient and to listen. Your job isn't to guarantee success. Your job is to act with integrity and effort right here, right now. The outcome isn't up to you. By practicing this mental separation, you take your power back. You stop being a puppet of external events and become the master of your own mind. Your self-worth is no longer tied to a successful result, but to your honorable effort. Section 3. Principle 2. The obstacle is the way. Reframing failure. What if every failure wasn't an ending, but a new beginning? What if every obstacle wasn't blocking your path, but was the path? This is the revolutionary idea behind a core Stoic principle, summed up by Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. For a Stoic, failure isn't a disaster. It's an opportunity. It's a chance to practice virtue, courage, patience, resilience, and wisdom. A project that fails is a chance to learn what doesn't work and to analyze your mistakes without emotion. A difficult colleague is an opportunity to practice patience. A public mistake is a chance to practice humility. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a complete reframing of reality. The Stoics understood that life will always throw challenges at us. We can't avoid them, but we can choose to see them as training instead of punishment. As Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." The practical exercise here is to treat every failure like feedback. When you hit a setback, resist the urge to get angry or discouraged. Instead, become a detective. Ask, what can I learn from this? Where did my thinking go wrong? How can this make me better, wiser, or stronger for next time? Think of Thomas Edison. While trying to invent the light bulb, he tested thousands of filaments that didn't work. When a reporter asked how it felt to fail so many times, Edison replied, "I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He didn't see each attempt as a personal failure. He saw it as a necessary step that guided him closer to the solution. That's the Stoic mindset. Failure becomes data. The obstacle becomes the way. Section 4. Principle 3. Amor Fati. Learning to love what happens. This brings us to one of the most challenging, yet freeing, of all Stoic ideas, amor fati, or a love of fate. This means not just accepting what happens, but embracing it, seeing every event, good or bad, as necessary. This sounds incredibly difficult, especially when you're facing a painful loss. How can you love getting laid off, or watching a project you cared about fall apart? The Stoics argue that our suffering comes from fighting reality. When we struggle against what has already happened, we're wasting energy on a battle we can never win. The past is outside our control. Amor Fati invites us to say yes to life, exactly as it unfolds. The main tool for this is a practice called premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. Each morning, take a moment to consider what could go wrong during the day. You're not trying to be a pessimist. You're trying to be a prepared realist. Imagine a meeting going badly. Imagine getting criticized. Imagine a project being delayed. As Seneca said, anticipating troubles robs them of their shock and power. If you've already considered the possibility of failure, it's no longer a surprise when it happens. It's just one of the scenarios you prepared for. This practice has a second, wonderful benefit. It makes you deeply grateful for your successes. When you've thought about losing what you have, you appreciate it so much more when it's still there. The job you have, the wins you've earned, they become gifts, not guarantees. Negative visualization makes you resilient to failure and grateful for success. It allows you to accept both with calm, knowing you're prepared for whatever life sends your way. Section 5. The Stoic Mindset in Action, your daily practice. These principles, the dichotomy of control, the obstacle is the way, and amor fati, aren't just ideas. They're meant to be lived and practiced every day until they become second nature. The goal is to change your definition of success from an external achievement to your internal character. A key practice to bring this all together is the evening review. Before you go to sleep, take a few minutes to look back on your day. Don't judge the outcomes. Judge your actions based on your principles. Ask yourself, where did I act with wisdom today? Where did I let my emotions get the best of me? Did I focus on what was in my control? Did I treat a setback as a lesson? This practice shifts your internal scorecard. Success is no longer measured by your boss's praise, but by whether you acted with integrity. Failure is no longer a personal loss, but a missed opportunity to practice patience or courage. Over time, this builds a deep self-respect that is immune to outside opinions. You can accept success without arrogance and failure without despair, because your worth is no longer on the line. The Stoic path is a lifelong journey of practice. It's about building a mental fortress that can withstand any storm. These aren't just tips to feel better. They are a blueprint for a resilient and meaningful life. So, I have a question for you. Which of these Stoic principles resonated with you the most? The dichotomy of control, the obstacle is the way, or Amor Fati? Let me know in the comments how you plan to apply one of these ideas to a challenge you're facing this week. Your journey can inspire others. And if you want to keep exploring timeless wisdom for modern problems, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Conclusion: the fear that comes with success and the pain that comes with failure both grow from the same illusion, that these outside events define who we are. The Stoics offer us a way out. They remind us that the real battle is always fought within our own minds. By focusing on what you control, treating every obstacle as a teacher, and learning to love your fate, you can free yourself from the roller coaster of external outcomes. You'll find a deeper, more profound kind of success, not the success of titles and trophies, but the success of a life lived with virtue. True victory isn't avoiding failure. It's holding on to your character, your integrity, and your inner peace, no matter what the world throws at you. It is knowing that whether you are on top of the mountain or in the deepest valley, you are exactly who you are meant to be. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength.